speaking of live action, DC extended universe stuff, we got a bunch of on-set photos from Superman, and we're gonna start with Superman and Mr. Terrific. Those photos came out like a couple weeks ago, versus the newer ones that came out not too long ago. But in these videos, what the hell were they thinking? Revealing with that reveal image of Superman suits a few months ago, where it was like hidden in darkness and it was dirty. Whereas this one, it looks majestic in the light of the sun, where Superman belongs. And it's just bright blue. He's got the trunks. The cape is a good length. It's got the yellow symbol on the cape, which sometimes they don't do. And it looks good. When you see all the images of him from behind with the cape flowing behind him with that yellow Superman symbol, and the cape looks so good. And even though I don't like I think the extra lines on the suit are always unnecessary. It's Superman. Like, it's not like it needs to be armor or anything. He's Superman, so like adding all those extra lines and details is just unnecessary for me. Unless it's like seam lines in areas where it makes sense for there to be seam lines, I think extra lines are unnecessary. Even though I'm not a fan of the collar, I think that the collar looks so much better. They actually changed it. It's different. In the original image, it was more like a turtleneck, and in this one, it's kind of like split in the front and in the middle, and it looks so much better. And now I'm okay with the collar now. The collar looks fine in this design. But yeah, Superman costume, it looks good. But the Mr. Terrific costume looks like it is ripped straight out of the comic books. It is perfect. It is so good.
I guess you could say it's terrific.
You could. But yeah, I'm excited for more people to just learn about Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific is like a great character that I love so much. He shows up in several cartoons, and he's always great. I'm excited for people to see more of him. So last week we saw Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner and Isabella Merced's Hawkgirl, and I can't say or hear the word Hawk the same ever again. Because of that stupid meme.
Stupid ass meme.
It's not even that funny, but it's everywhere.
It's really not.
And but yeah, so their costumes don't look nearly as good as Superman's and Mr. Terrific's or comic accurate. But there might be a story reason for that. They seem to be wearing uniforms with the logo of a notorious mind-controlling supervillain on it. So these likely won't be their main costumes in this universe, and maybe not even in this film. So yeah, these set photos have me super hyped, even more hyped than I already was. Hopefully we don't get any major spoilers from them. We did see somebody that was just covered in green screen, and that might be Metamorpho, because Metamorpho, the whole thing is that he's the elemental man, and like his body's like split into like different elements. He just looks weird. If you look up Metamorpho, you'll see why he's probably going to be. They should do it practically, and they can do it practically, and I hope they do. But based on the fact that there was a dude just standing there in the CGI suit, they might not.
Oh, you could definitely do this with practical
because
effects, though. That's lame.
Yeah, because his skin just needs to be white, and you could do it where it depends. Sometimes the orange and like purple parts are just a shirt, but sometimes those are like actual parts of his body. Either way, you could do that practically and have it work and not be too difficult. And I hope they do. It'd be real fun. The dude playing him has played characters in DC stuff before, but always a villain. Because he's just a bald dude, so he has to be a villain. But now he's playing a superhero. He's playing Metamorpho, which is fun. Metamorpho is another character that's great. Nice. And it's one of those characters, like, if you read comics, you know who he is, you like him. He also shows up in a lot of the cartoons, so he's relatively popular, but the average, like, person doesn't know who Metamorpho is.
Right.